Some legends begin with battle, some begin with sorrow, but this one begins with a rider from the sea. Across the western waves, where the mortal world meets the land of dream, she came on a white horse, bright as moonlight. Her name was Niamh, and the man who saw her would never be the same again. The Fianna stood by the western shore, where the waves kept time with the songs of yore. The evening burned with a golden flame, and the wind spoke low of a hidden name. Then over the sea, where the sunlight died, a silver path met the turning tide. And out of the mist, where the wild gulls cried, came a white horse over the water wide. Its mane was bright as the foam at dawn. Its hooves made music, and then were gone. For no wave broke, and no deep sea rose, where the horse of wonder lightly goes. And riding there with her golden hair was Niamh, shining beyond compare, with eyes like stars on a summer night, and a voice that trembled with otherworld light. Oh, rider, rider from the western sea, what song of the old world calls to me? With your white horse bright and your golden hair, you carry a dream through the salt cold air. Oh, rider, rider, where the wild waves gleam, are you flesh, are you sorrow, are you only a dream? For the heart that hears what the sea winds say may never return by the same old way. The men of the Fianna had seen kings, storms, and creatures of magic, but even they fell silent. For Niamh did not look like a woman of this world. She looked like music, given a human face. And among them stood Oisín, poet and warrior, son of Fianna Cumhail. Oisín watched as the shore grew still, and the red sun leaned on the far green hill. His warrior's hand forgot the spear, his poet's heart forgot its fear. For Niamh's gaze through the sea mist came, and touched his soul like a hidden flame. And every tale he had sung before fell quiet there on the western shore. She spoke his name like a harp string clear. Oisín, son of the brave, draw near. I have crossed the waves from a deathless land, for the song I heard from your mortal hand. In Tír, where the young remain, there is no grief and there is no pain. Come ride with me where the years are free, beyond the foam of the western sea. Oh, rider, rider from the western sea, what song of the old world calls to me? With your white horse bright and your golden hair, you carry a dream through the salt cold air. Oh, rider, rider, where the wild waves gleam, are you flesh, are you sorrow, are you only a dream? For the heart that hears what the sea winds say may never return by the same old way. Every life has a moment when the road divides. One path is familiar, the other shines with danger. Oisín looked at Ireland, at the hills he loved, at the friends beside him. Then he looked at Niamh, and the sea seemed to be waiting. Fianna stood watching with a father's eye, and saw the hunger beneath the sky. Not hunger for gold, not hunger for fame, but the ancient pull of a hidden flame. Oisín, he whispered, remember home, when strange stars call and far waves foam. For love may lead where no maps know, and not all who leave can turn and go. But Oisín stepped where the tide was bright, toward Niamh's hand in the fading light. The white horse bowed and the sea wind sighed as he mounted close by the maiden's side. Then over the waves where the west burned gold, they rowed toward lands no tongue had told, and Ireland watched from the darkening bay as one of her brightest was carried away. Oh, rider from the western sea, you opened a door where no door should be. With your white horse bright and your golden hair, you stole a heart through the salt cold air. Oh, rider where the wild waves gleam, you turned a life into legend and dream. For the man who rode with the sea that day would lose the world in a beautiful way. And so Oisín left Ireland, not in fear, not in sorrow, but in wonder. He rode with Niamh across the shining sea, toward Tír, the land of youth. And behind him, on the fading shore, his father watched until the white horse vanished into mist.
Before Oisín crossed the sea, before he saw the land of youth, before time became his enemy, he belonged to Ireland. He was a warrior of the Fianna, a poet of the wild hills, and the beloved son of Fianna. To understand what he lost, you must first understand what he left behind.
He rode with the Fianna through morning rain, across green hills in the open plain, with hound and horn and the hawk in flight, and campfires burning against the night. He knew the names of a river and stone, the secret paths where the deer had flown, and every valley, wood and stream was woven deep in his waking dream. His father Fianna with the silvered hair had taught him courage and taught him care, not only the strength of the sword in hand, but the song of the people, the soul of the land. For Oisín's heart was both fierce and kind, a warrior's body, a poet's mind. And when he sang by the fire's glow, even the cold night seemed to know. Oisín of the Fianna bold, with a harp-strung heart and a spirit of gold, you belong to the hills, to the wind, to the rain, to the songs of Ireland again and again. Oh, Oisín, child of the ancient flame, the green earth still remembers your name. For before the sea called, before love drew near, you were Ireland's son, and your father's dear. There are people who carry a country inside them. It's rivers in their blood, it's songs in their breath, it's stones beneath their feet, even when they walk far away. Oisín was such a soul. He did not simply live in Ireland. Ireland lived in him. He learned from the wind how to bend, not break, from the wind to stars, how to stay awake, from the blackbird's song, how the dawn begins, from the weight of sorrow, from the price of winds. He watched old heroes rise and fall, he heard the deep past in every call, and all the tales that the elders told lit up his heart like hidden gold. Beside his father in field and fight, he stood like fire in the storm's own light, yet gentler still when the songs were made and children gathered where the shadows played. He sang of queens and the fairy mound, of lovers lost and the harp's deep sound, and no one knew as they listened there that his own fate waited in western air. Oh, Oisín of the Fianna bold, with a harp-strung heart and a spirit of gold, you belong to the hills, to the wind, to the rain, to the songs of Ireland again and again. Oh, Oisín, child of the ancient flame, the green earth still remembers your name. For before the sea called, before love drew near, you were Ireland's son, and your father's dear. But love from the other world does not ask politely. It arrives like a song you cannot forget. And once Niamh had spoken, once the white horse had waited, Oisín stood between two loves, the land that made him and the dream that called him away. The Fianna watched as the twilight grew and the western sea turned silver blue. No feast was allowed and no cup was raised, for every eye was fixed in daze. They knew that magic had touched the shore, and nothing would be as it was before. For when the other world calls your name, the heart goes forward through love and flame. Fianna held silence beneath his pride, though grief stood close at his warrior side. He would not chain what he loved too well, he would not curse what no man could tell. So Oisín bowed with the sun's farewell, while the sea wind rose and the evening fell, and all the songs he had ever known trembled soft in the word called home. Oisín of the Fianna bold, with a harp-strung heart and a spirit of gold, you left the hills for a dream untold, for a land where the young never grow old. Oisín, child of the ancient flame, the green earth still remembers your name. For before the sea took you far from here, you were island's son and your father's dear. So remember him first as Ireland knew him, not as the old man he would become, not as the last voice of a vanished age, but as Oisín of the Fianna, young, brave, beloved, and standing at the edge of a choice that would outlive him.
Her name was Niamh of the golden hair, daughter of the Otherworld, princess of Tír na nÓg, a woman of light, riding from a land where age had no power and sorrow could not take root. But even in a land without death, the heart can still long, and Niamh longed for Oisín.
She had heard his songs where the bright waves roll, past the gates of time, past the mortal soul, through the halls where the young forever stay. His voice came wandering from far away. It crossed the foam, it crossed the night, it entered dreams of silver light. And Niamh listened with wondering eyes to a mortal song beneath deathless skies. In Tír na nÓg, where the blossoms gleam and no heart wakes from a grieving dream, where rivers shine with an amber glow and no one feels the years pass slow. She walked through gardens of endless spring, yet heard one human voice still sing. And all the gold of the deathless land could not outshine that mortal hand. Niamh of the golden hair, rider of the silver air, you crossed the sea for a song you knew, for a heart that called though the world was blue. Niamh, Niamh, bright as flame, love was the wave that carried your name, and the land of youth grew still that day when your longing turned toward Ireland's bay. Not all magic is cold. Some magic feels like recognition, like seeing a stranger and remembering them, like hearing a voice and knowing your life has been waiting for that sound. That was how Niamh came to Oisín, not as a conqueror, but as a heart answering a song. She said, "Come ride where no grief is sown, where no one withers, no one is alone, where the apple trees bend with immortal bloom, and music fills every golden room. Come leave the sorrow of mortal days, the fading fire and the misty ways. For I have loved you through wave and star, and crossed the sea from a land afar. Oisín listened with breath held tight, as the world around him filled with light. Her words were honey, her eyes were sea, her hand was promise and mystery. Yet behind him Ireland softly sighed. His father stood at the turning tide, and love became both wound and wing, a painful, beautiful, impossible thing. I'm of the golden hair, rider of the silver air. You crossed the sea for a song you knew, for a heart that called though the world was blue. Niamh, Niamh, bright as flame, love was the wave that carried your name, and the land of youth grew still that day, when your longing turned toward Ireland's bay. The old stories do not make love simple. They know love can be beautiful and costly. They know one hand can offer paradise, while another hand still holds the memory of home. And Oisín, standing between Ireland and wonder, felt both hands upon his heart. Niamh reached down from the saddle high, with the moonlit sea in her shining eye. Oisín, she whispered, be not afraid, for love is stronger than time's dark blade. Ride with me where the dawns are gold, where no kind heart must grow tired or old, where your song shall bloom and never die, beneath a never youngening sky. So he took her hand as the daylight waned, and something lost and something gained. The white horse turned to the ocean's breast, toward the far-off islands of the west. And Niamh smiled, though her eyes were wet, for love had won what love would regret. And the sea rose bright like a silver door, as Ireland faded behind the shore. Niamh of the golden hair, rider of the silver air. You crossed the sea and you claimed his hand, to lead him far from his mortal land. Niamh, Niamh, bright as flame, love was the wave that carried your name. But even paradise cannot stay the heart that remembers Ireland's bay. Niamh loved him, that is the sorrow and the beauty of it. She did not steal Oisín with hatred. She called him with love. And sometimes, in the old legends, love is the gentlest road to the deepest grief.
The white horse stepped onto the sea, not into it, onto it. The waves became a road, the moon became a lantern, and Ireland faded behind a veil of mist. Oisín rode with Niamh toward Tír, and the world he knew grew smaller with every silver wave. They rode where no mortal road had lain, over the foam and the moonlit rain. The horse's hooves on the water rang like bells from a land where the old star sang. The sea lay wide and the west burned pale, and Niamh's hair was a golden veil, while Oisín held to the dream beside and felt the pull of the turning tide. Behind him Ireland was dark and green, a fading shore in a silver sheen. The hills he loved and the fires he knew were swallowed softly by ocean blue. Before him shimmered a distant light, beyond the rim of the mortal night. And every wave that rose and fell was carrying him from farewell. Across the silver waves they flew, where the old world faded and the dream world grew, with the white horse bright as the foam below, to the land where the young never old shall grow. Across the silver waves far and wide, with love before and home behind, and every star in the western sky watched Oisín leave his life goodbye. On that journey, the sea showed them wonders, islands that vanished when looked at too closely, lights beneath the water, birds whose wings sounded like harps, and voices far below, singing in a language older than memory. They passed by towers under glass, where drowned kings watched the riders pass. They saw bright fish with eyes of flame, and waves that whispered Oisín's name. A city slept beneath the deep, with golden gates in a blue-green sleep. And Niamh warned him, do not stray, the sea has doors that steal the way. Three shadows rose from the foam-white plain, old grief, old glory, and old pain. They called to him with his father's tone, turn back, Oisín, you ride alone. But Niamh touched his trembling hand and showed him a light from the deathless land. Then all the shadows broke apart, like fear released from a mortal heart. Across the silver waves they flew, where the old world faded and the dream world grew, with the white horse bright as the foam below, to the land where the young never old shall grow. Across the silver waves far and wide, with love before and home behind, and every star in the western sky watched Oisín leave his life goodbye. There are journeys that are not measured in distance. They are measured by what you can no longer return to. Oisín was not merely crossing water, he was crossing out of time. And when he reached the other shore, Ireland would already belong to memory. The storm wind slept and the dark grew clear, a golden shore began to appear, with apple trees on a shining strand, and music rising from the land. No sorrow walked on that bright green ground, no grave was dug, no death bell sound. And Niamh smiled as the horse drew near, welcome, my love, there is no age here. But as he stepped to the gleaming sand, with Niamh's fingers around his hand, a strange sweet ache through his spirit ran, for he was still a mortal man. The land was fairer than song could say, yet somewhere east, far, far away, an old fire burned in an Irish hall, and a father listened for his call. Across the silver waves they flew, where the old world faded and the dream world grew, with the white horse bright as the foam below, to the land where the young never old shall grow. Across the silver waves love had won, but time had hidden what time had done, and every star in the western sky watched Oisín enter the beautiful light. At last they reached Tír, the land of youth. No sickness, no age, no dying,
only beauty, music, and endless dawn. But even paradise can cast a shadow when the heart remembers home.
Tír na Nog was everything the old songs promised. A land beyond sorrow, a land beyond age, a land where flowers never faded, where music never ended, and where death could not find the door. For a time, Oisín believed he had found forever.
The grass was bright with an emerald fire, the trees bent low with a golden lyre, for every branch seemed tuned to sing, and every dawn was eternal spring. The river shone with a honeyed light, the stars came close in the velvet night, and no one wept by a silent stone, for grief was a thing that was never known.
The halls were high with a silver gleam, like castles built from a child's best dream. There were feasts that lasted 100 days, and dancers moved through the flowering ways. No face grew tired, no hand grew weak, no tear ran cold on a fading cheek. And all who lived in that shining place carried youth like a holy grace.
In the land where no one ages, where time lays down its weary pages, where the flowers bloom and the harps still play, and no heart fears the end of day. Oh, Tír na Nog, so bright, so fair, with golden light in the deathless air, can a mortal soul forget the foam that once sang softly of Ireland home? At first, Oisín was happy. How could he not be? He had Niamh, he had music, he had wonder. Days passed like sunlight on running water. Or perhaps they were not days at all. For in Tír na Nog, time does not walk as it walks in Ireland. He hunted deer that were made of flame. He sang with poets who knew his name. He rode through valleys of endless bloom, where dawn returned in every room. And Niamh beside him, bright and true, loved him beneath skies forever blue. Her laughter rang through the golden fields like joy no mortal kingdom yields. He wore no scar from an old campaign. He felt no winter in blood or vein. The years passed over and left no trace, no silver thread in his warrior face. The songs he made were caught by air and carried like jewels everywhere. Yet deep in the joy, though soft and small, he heard another country call. In the land where no one ages, where time lays down its weary pages, where the flowers bloom and the harp still play, and no heart fears the end of day. Oh, Tír na Nog, so bright, so fair, with golden light in the deathless air, can a mortal soul forget the foam that once sang softly of Ireland home? Paradise has its own sorrow, not because it is cruel, but because it is complete. And a human heart is not always made for perfect things. Sometimes, what we love most is not what is flawless. Sometimes, it is what is fragile. He missed the smoke from the winter fires, the rough old songs and the broken lives. He missed the rain on the heathered hill, the human voice roses, brave and still. He missed the faces lined with care, the scent of earth in the morning air, and most of all, when the night grew deep, he missed the father he left to weep. Niamh saw where silence lay, like a cloud across the endless day. She touched his face with a trembling hand. Do you not love this deathless land? Oh, Niamh, he said, my heart is torn, for I love the world where I was born. And though your land is bright and fair, my father's grief still waits me there. Pages where the flowers bloom and the harps still play, one mortal heart began to stray. Oh, Tír na Niamh, so bright, so fair, with golden light in the deathless air, even paradise could not become the rain-wet hills of Ireland home. And there it was, the wound and wonder. Oisín had been given what mortals dream of: youth, beauty, love, and endless life. But still, his heart turned east, toward Ireland, toward his father, toward the world where time could break you, but where everything precious had first been loved.
There is a kind of sadness that does not shout. It sits quietly beside happiness. It waits during music, it follows you into sunlight. It touches your heart when everyone else is smiling. For Oisín, that sadness had a name: Ireland. He stood where the golden orchards grew and watched bright rivers wandering through. The land of youth was kind and fair, but Ireland breathed in the empty air. He saw in dreams the western rain, the smoky hills and the open plain, and woke with Niamh beside him still, yet heard the call of a far green hill. He missed the hounds at the break of day, the Fianna riding the rough old way, the clash of laughter, the tales at night, the firelit faces warm with light. He missed the mud on a warrior's boot, the broken harp with the trembling lute, for mortal things, though worn and scarred, had held his soul and held it hard. Oh, across the foam of the western sea, do your hills still rise in the morning rain? Do the old songs wake in the halls again? Oh, Ireland, Ireland, wild and green, you haunt the heart like a half-lost dream. For no bright land and no deathless shore can silence the home I knew before. Niamh loved him enough to see his sorrow, but made it harder. If she had been cruel, he could have hated her, but she was gentle, and every gentle word made his longing feel like betrayal. She brought him flowers that could not die. She showed him stars in a brighter sky. She sang him songs from before the world, where silver seas into dawn unfurled. But Oisín heard in the sweetest sound a memory buried in Irish ground, and every joy that she laid before only made him ache for his father more. Oh, Niamh, he whispered, my love, my light, do not mistake this grief tonight. No land could rival your golden shore, no heart
fields I knew, then I shall ride back home to you. Oh, Ireland, Ireland, far from me, across the foam of the western sea, do your hills still rise in the morning rain? Do the old songs wake in the halls again? Oh, Ireland, Ireland, wild and green, you haunt the heart like a half-lost dream. For no bright land and no deathless shore can silence the home I knew before. Niamh knew what Oisín did not. She knew that time had not waited. She knew that Ireland was no longer the Ireland he remembered. But how do you tell someone that the home they long for has become a ghost? Her golden hair fell over her face as sorrow entered the deathless place. If you must go, then hear me well, and keep this warning like a spell. Do not dismount, do not touch the ground. Whatever grief or need is found, stay on the horse from the western foam, or you shall never return home. She gave him the reins with a trembling hand, and pointed east from the shining land. The horse will carry you safe and true across the sea to the world you knew. But mortal soil is a hungry thing, it claims a footstep, it breaks the wing. So ride, my love, but do not stay, and do not step from the saddle away. Of the western sea, do your hills still rise in the morning rain? Will my father know my voice again? Oh, Ireland, Ireland, wild and green, I come to wake from a golden dream. But no bright land and no deathless shore can give me back what I had before. And so Niamh watched him leave. The same white horse, the same shining sea. But now the journey was different. Before, Oisín rode toward wonder. Now, he rode toward memory. And memory, in the old legends, can be more dangerous than any storm. Ireland. When Oisín returned to Ireland, he expected to find home, his father, the Fianna, the fires, the songs. But the land he found was changed. The hills remained, the rivers remained. But the people he loved had passed into story, and Oisín had become the last voice of a vanished world. The white horse came through the breaking foam and carried Oisín back toward home. The Irish shore rose wild and green, but strange and distant, half unseen. No Fianna horns rang through the glen, no hounds came running, no warrior men. Only the wind through the grass replied, and an old world slept on the other side. He rode through valleys he used to know, where the river still ran soft and slow. But halls were fallen and stones were grey, and names he loved had worn away. He asked a Fianna with the shaking breath, but men crossed themselves and spoke of death. Those heroes lived in ancient song. 300 years have passed along. Oh, last bard of the Fianna, what did time take from your hand? You rode away for a golden dream and came back lost to your own land. Oh, Oisín, Oisín, sorrow's son, the feast is cold and the fire is done, and every song you carried home now echoes through a world unknown. Imagine it, to leave for what feels like a little while, to return and find everyone gone. Your father a legend, your friends only names, your home a ruin beneath the same sky. This was Oisín's grief, not death, but arriving too late. He rode to the places where laughter burned, to the camps where the old brave voices turned. But thorn grew wild by the broken wall, and silence answered over all. He called for Fianna by the river stone, but only the water made reply alone. And there in the rain by the ruined ground, his heart broke open without a sound. And near the road where the people strained to lift a stone from the muddy plain, Oisín leaned from the saddle high with the old strength rising in hand and eye. He forgot the warning, forgot the spell, forgot the grief that Niamh could tell. He reached to help in the mortal way, and fate stood waiting in Irish clay. Oh, last bard of the Fianna, what did time take from your hand? You rode away for a golden dream and came back lost to your own land. Oh, Oisín, Oisín, sorrow's son, the feast is cold and the fire is done, and every song you carried home now echoes through a world unknown. His foot touched the earth just once, and all the years that had waited outside his body rushed in. The white horse vanished, the golden dream broke, and Oisín, who had left Ireland young, stood upon her soil as an old man. His hair turned white as the sea-born foam, his strong limbs bent like an ancient oak. The fire of youth in his face withdrew, and the weight of centuries through him flew. The people cried as the horse was gone, like moonlight fading before the dawn. And Oisín fell where the wet earth sighed, with all of lost Ireland at his side. Yet still his voice, though thin and worn, carried the songs of a vanished morn. He spoke of Fianna and the Fianna bright, of hounds and heroes and firelit night. He spoke of Niamh and the golden shore, of love that waited forevermore. And every word from his sorrow tongue was a world kept living because it was sung. Oh, last bard of the Fianna, sing what time could not command, of the father lost, of the deathless dream, of the rain on Ireland's land. Oh, Oisín, Oisín, sorrow's son, the feast is cold and the fire is done, but every song you carried home still walks the hills where the wild winds roam. Some say Oisín died with Ireland beneath his hands. Some say he lived long enough to tell the old stories. Some say Niamh still waits beyond the western sea, listening for his song. But the legend leaves us with this: paradise may keep you young, but home keeps your heart. And every time the western waves shine beneath the evening sun, perhaps they still remember the white horse, the golden woman, and Oisín, the last bard of the Fianna.